Hi, hello, and welcome to Cinema Express. My name is Ram Venkat Srikar. Today we have with us cinematographer Jimshi Khalid to talk about his film, the much talked about Malayalam film of this year, Thallumaala. Hello, Jimshi.
Hi,
Hi.
Venkat.
So, like I said, I loved the film. I watched it twice back to back. I loved how eccentric it was, how vibrant it was, how energetic it was. So
Thank you.
congrats for
Thank
the
you, brother.
film. I'm hearing it's doing
Thank you
great.
so much.
We from our office, like 10 of us went together for the second time, and almost five of us watched it twice, and it was a
Oh,
blast, man. It was a blast. Yeah, it's one of the best theater experiences of this year. So thanks for that.
okay.
So my first question would be, I was doing a little bit of reading about the film, and it was in pre-production for a while, right? A couple of directors changed, the production changed. So I would like to ask you, at which point did you enter the project?
The project, this idea of Tallumala is belongs to Musin Parari.
Yeah, yeah.
At present, the writer of Tallumala.
Hmm.
He came to Kochi. Actually, he's from Kozhikode,
Hmm.
and he came to Kochi to make a film.
Hmm.
Especially, particularly this film, and this was a dream project for this guy from Mosin,
Hmm.
and he wanted to direct it.
Hmm.
And when he came to Kochi, we knew each other because we were in the same thing. He was doing some music videos out of the
Hmm.
box, hip
Hmm.
hop videos, rap videos, and everything. And it was very, very fruitful videos. We've been checking out his videos and everything, and we met. From that time itself, we've been good friends. Me, my even Rahman, the director of this movie.
Your brother.
We, yeah, my younger brother. We
Yeah.
all three, like, used to hang out together for some time. And luckily, he came to Kochi to meet Samir Tahir and Shaiju Khalid to pitch this movie and for them to produce it. So he was developing this particular script for Samir Tahir and Shaiju Khalid for their production for to direct Mohsin only. And after a point of time, uh, it didn't work out for Shaiju and Samir. It was not in the way or like in a wavelength which they can deal it with.
Okay.
A bit more matured people there. Like Shaiju and Samir are the like 8 to 10 years elder than us. Maybe
Okay.
me, yeah, he's like
Okay.
Shaiju is like 8 or 9 years elder than me. So that kind of maturity will be there with them. So Musin couldn't write in that level for the level that Shaiju and Samir would like, wanted it.
Hmm.
So throughout this process, we used to discuss about this film, and he used to, ask us some doubts, and we used to give us our inputs and everything. Uh, and after a point of time, he only decided like, okay, I'm not doing it in the sense that this film, I'm not directing this film. He only decided it, and he gave it to some other director. Sorry, he went to sorry, what was it? I mean, I don't remember. Yeah, he decided
Hmm.
not to direct the movie, and he approached Rahman. So a couple of producers have changed throughout the time in these 6 or 7 years. A couple of producers have changed, and finally Ashik Usman came into the game,
Hmm.
and actually it was a game changer for us. Ashik coming into the project was like, we were like, oh damn good man, we are so lucky to have him, just because he's a friend. We can we can freely openly talk to him, and we can make him understand and everything, but not with every producer. And we can be behaving like real friends, like uh, vada poda kind of relationship. I mean, I know this, like me and Rahman knows Ashik. since last what 8 to 9 years we knew each other. So it was a perfect blend of a team, which I believe that's what you guys are watching in the theater. It's the perfect combination, which I believe. Still, there was like cracks and pops between all of us. It's a healthy cracks and pops, and fights were there. Now, after the movie is being released, to sitting talking to you, I'm happy. I'm happy with my team. I'm happy with what I did.
When you read the script, or I'm sure you have seen the film uh, take the form from an idea to a complete script, right? You were there throughout the process. So when you imagined the film, while you were reading the script or listening to the narration, you must have imagined a certain imagery, right? A certain kind of imagery.
Yeah,
How
yeah, of
close
course.
did you come to the first imagery that you had in your mind?
See, to be honest, we were not like over ambitious about what we want to do, but
Okay.
we wanted it a little bit larger than life. Has to be there. That we knew that thing has to be there, but we were never over ambitious or something like that.
Hmm.
And more than reading a script, I prefer listening to a story,
Okay.
listening from the director or the writer.
Hmm.
And the truth is, I haven't read Thallumaala script
Okay.
till
Okay.
now. I haven't read that script because
Okay.
it's a non-linear. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, yeah. It
non-linear
is.
way.
Yeah.
And even after the shooting, when we came to the editing table, as you can see in the film, there are like chapters in the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there were like 5 chapters in the pre-production in the beginning stage. So after shooting the movie, when it came to the editing table, it became a 7 chapters.
Okay. Okay.
It's yeah.
Okay.
So reading Mohsin Parari's script is, I don't think you'll get a fine idea about what he's trying to tell you.
Hmm.
You should actually talk to him. You should spend time with him, take that effort, and for me that helped a lot. Like talking to him, spending time with him, and in Tallumala, I was very excited about this particular film because lot of the situations that we can, at least I could connect, like
Hmm.
when we were teenagers, or like when we were in 10th standard, or like a high school or something like that. We could connect here and there and everywhere. So I was very excited about it. And the question you asked, how far I achieved, like from what we wanted it, we like close to, I should say, close to 80-85 percentage.
Lovely. What were some things that you had in mind but couldn't execute? Like a few particular shots or a few ideas?
No, not exactly, because for the theater fight,
Ah,
everybody's facing the theater fight, and
yeah.
I'm actually happy with what we did, what
It's
we
one hell
achieved,
of a
and
sequence it is. Yeah.
yeah, what we pulled off.
Hmm.
But we had a proper reference for that fight.
Which was?
We yeah uh, we saw a movie, we saw a fight sequence, we were like, okay, damn man, we're gonna do this. And why we chose that fight? Because that fight is also in a hall, happening in a hall with a lot of
Hmm.
people, crazily hitting each other people. They've done it in a brilliant way, in the sense like bloody brilliant way.
Yeah. Hmm.
Keeping that fight in reference, we try to replicate a lot of shots, a lot of choreographies, a lot of areas. Somehow it has come well. Somehow people liked it. People are clapping for it. Where when I was in the theater, I was personally happy, but it didn't come out as good as the reference. I'll tell you what reference is. There is a church fight scene in Kingsman Part One.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That insane
yeah.
where everyone goes,
We were on. Yeah, we were on that reference. We were all. See, we actually shot some more episodes and some more shots which we can stitch the shot to each other, but uh, it didn't work out for us. It didn't work out. Our we had some wrong workflows. uh, Something happened, and inexperience. Everything was there, but end of the day, were people loving it. But if you ask me personally, this is the thing. I am happy, but it didn't come as well as, or better than I wanted it to be better than the reference that we took. But man, hats off to those people. We can't say we failed to achieve, but kind of.
Man, it's brilliant what you guys have achieved. It's still way better than, probably it's one of the most unique things in Indian cinema I have ever seen. So yeah, you guys have done a fabulous job.
Thank
From
you,
your
bro.
from your reference, I had two questions. One thing is, you spoke about references and then you used the word inexperience. So my first question from this answer would be, when I told my colleagues that I was talking to you, we discussed a few things about Thallumaala, and one of them, a
Mhm.
Malayali who closely observes Malayalam films, he told me that he hadn't seen anything quite like Thallumaala in Malayalam cinema. So there aren't many references in Malayalam cinema for you. Is that right? With this
Sorry,
exaggerated
I
reality
didn't get
kind of.
that question right. Can you just come again, please?
Did you have any references for Thallumaala in Malayalam?
No.
So that makes it Thallumaala so unique.
We
Uh,
didn't had any kind of
hmm,
references
hmm,
for Tallumala
hmm,
from Malayalam film.
hmm.
At least when it comes to, if you ask me, the action sequence and the songs,
Yeah,
we had references for all the songs. We had references for all the fight. It's nothing come from the air. I mean,
yeah.
we are referring it. We are referring it, and we are doing our inputs also to that, to make it better, to make it like our kind of signature stuff. We tried a lot. Mm, but not anything from Malayalam cinema.
Hmm,
Nothing triggered me thinking about any kind of Thallumaala song or fight. Nothing triggered me from Malayalam. All
hmm,
we had the references is from outside,
hmm.
especially from web series, Korean web series, and everything. And especially the music videos, we took color palettes like nothing from music videos.
Okay.
Yeah, lot of music videos.
Wow.
Even that we use that color palette in scenes also.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
would. Thallumaala is treated like a musical, right? It has the energy of a musical. So,
Yeah.
and since you also spoke about inexperience, Jimshi, I wouldn't call it inexperience, because what you guys were doing is something new that hadn't been done in
See,
here, right?
why I said inexperience is, see,
Hmm.
Venkat, have you seen my previous movies? Any of my previous movies?
Capella, I watched Capella. I watched
Kapila.
Capella, and
Yeah.
it's
See,
nothing like Thallumaala. And it's nothing like Thallumaala. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm coming to say. See,
yeah,
even if you take the, Capella or the previous movie, my previous movies, if you take all of the
yeah,
movies, are like very small movies,
yeah,
light-hearted movies, which I pulled off with very little crew. Um, I haven't played with not more than like 8 to 6 crores till this movie. We were like pumping money in this, like 20 crores plus we were pumping, and partially I was responsible for that.
Hmm.
When we were shooting itself, when we plan something, when we plan something like over the top, I
Hmm.
used to tell Rahman, dude, we are responsible for this shit.
Hmm.
We should understand, like, if you make a 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, we put a 50 lakhs set for a song sequence for that rap video. Then after
Oh.
watching that set, I was like, uh, I was amazed. I loved the set, and I was telling the director, dude, we are responsible for this shit, okay? For this 50 lakhs, we are doing a music, I mean, a, a music video for that.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, that responsibility is there, and I am a guy. I am a cinematographer who has in my career has always done small movies, light-hearted movies, small crew movies, and everything. When you go for a bigger movie as a producer, as a director, you are putting a lot of money. You're trying to make a bigger movie. You will definitely go for a bigger cinematographer who is much more experienced, who can handle 400 people, 300 people in a crew, maybe 1,000 people. Let it be 1,000 people. He might can handle it. If he says shot, the shot will be ready. That kind of, to see in a cinema set, to manage people management is very important thing. Very important thing. See, if you have 500 people for a shot, you have to make all these people to understand what they have to do, to choreograph it, to layer it. That is an experience. I learned a lot like that in this movie. I've never done anything like that. I've never experienced anything like that. This is the first thing I'm doing. First time
Yeah.
I'm doing something like this.
Can you tell me a little bit about, like, with these whole action sequences? And I was looking at your filmography, and one is Love, one is Orthi, and obviously you haven't done much action in your films, right? Tell me about the process of capturing this insane action sequences. So you have your camera is constantly moving. What I would love to know, how you coordinate with your focus puller when there is so much movement going on, especially in these action sequences.
See,
Hmm.
there are some situations. There were some situations in the theater fight which has to have focus,
Yeah.
and uh, for some particular reason, humanly impossible focus pulling has to be done, and we know it won't happen. That is humanly bloody impossible. But my focus puller is an impossible guy. He's the superhero of my movie. He ruled it. He's the best. He's the best in the industry. His name is Shankar. I would like to tell his name. His name is Shankar. We call him Dada. He works in Three Dots film studio, which I hire camera from, and I feel he's the best in the industry. He gave me a lot of confidence. See, there were in some other movies there were situations I've been planning some movement shots, some tricky focus pulling things and all. And after planning it, I've said, okay, no, let's not do it, just because I know my focus puller cannot pull it out. There were some situations like that also, but in this case, in Thallumaala, he is unbelievable, man. He's super good in his job, Mr. Shankar.
Lovely.
So coordinating with my focus puller in this movie, he was coordinating he was coordinating himself with me. I didn't do anything. I was just going with my camera. It's just him. All the credit goes to him. I haven't done anything. I didn't even make. I didn't even verbally say like focus or shift back. Nothing. Nothing. He does that. And my director actually discussed with him for some focus shift backs. He'll ask, Dada, ये चाहिए क्या, मैं ऐसा करूँ, वो shift back करूँ? But Shankar will be like, sir, if you want to do it, we can do it. And the director will ask, what do you think? How will it look? Will it go like shady? Well, then if he'll say that, like, yeah, sir, let's not do that. He has that kind of credibility in the set also. He been working in the industry for like 20 years. He worked with
Okay.
all the top gun cinematographers in India. Yeah, he was my guy, and I'm glad I had him. And it was him coordinating with me, not me coordinating with him.
Beautiful. Now, speaking of these action sequences, I would love to know. See, action sequences are choreographed, right? People, actors are prepared. They practice multiple times. They rehearse. How instantaneous were your camera movements, or how choreographed were your camera movements for these action sequences? Because I assume some of them had to be meticulously planned. So, in that
Every
sense,
movement, most see, it's not some of the movement. Every movement is completely planned and completely choreographed. I like to keep the camera in my hand always. And
Okay.
when it comes to this director Rahman,
Hmm.
he also like he doesn't like keeping camera somewhere steady and letting it go. He always like movement. He always likes breathe. Even if it is a block, he'll ask me to keep it a handle and block it. So he'll
Hmm.
get that breathe of, when I breathe, when the little bit of a breathe will be there. He likes it. So
Okay.
I like it in the camera in my hand, and it just happened. Yeah, it just happened. We were all like, we were all high. We were all very high when we were shooting. Not literally high,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
with
So
the environment, with what we were doing.
yeah.
We never did this every. Oh, see, that theater fight was like 7 to 8 day shoot. Those 8 days were like adrenaline rush. Yeah, we were. I can say we were high.
Yeah.
Doing nothing, we were high. Yeah, it was like that.
So speaking of these action sequences, I wanted to talk about obviously the theater fight, which you had a very cool rig. I was checking out your Instagram profile, the one that was
Mhm.
revolving. That and man, I love the first fight sequence in the mosque. One that is intercut, the mosque sequence. One that is
Yeah,
in yeah. Can you tell us about the prepping, the prep that went into the sequences, each of them?
prep. See, we had a plan that this song will be telling a story of
Yeah.
all these friends, and we'll be intercutting these action in between. And we were searching for a like a better references and everything. And we were planning some shots. We refer some music videos and
Hmm.
everything. So the prep means yeah, 40 to 55% of that what you've seen in the movie. I mean, in that song, it's like the we were actually prepared. Like we were actually prepared for it. It doesn't comes with okay, chalo आज का shooting क्या है. वैसा नहीं होता. I mean, it doesn't happen like that. You have to have that preparations. Even if you want to make a rig, it needs like 3 4 days of time. And before that, we need to you need to call the rig guy. He needs to understand what is the choreography is going to happen. Those kind
Right.
of problems were always there, and it took time for the pre-production. We took time for the pre-production actually,
Okay.
especially for the songs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, uh, because the film is also being praised for its editing transitions, right? A lot of
Mhm.
it seems to be written the way it transitions from one scene to the other.
Yeah, as I told you,
Hmm.
see, the editor, Mr. Nishad,
Yeah.
he's a damn cool editor. I know. I mean, we know each other for like last 10 12 years. We've been friends, and he's a damn cool editor. But when it comes to Thallumaala and what all the transition, what all the tricky editing that you're seeing is planned by the director.
Hmm.
See, when we were about to do this film, we were about to plan this film for the shooting. Uh, we were referring to so many styles, so many storytelling styles, cuts, and everything. Finally, we came to this particular director called like because we liked his style. This guy, Edgar
Hmm.
Wright,
Edgar, I was,
especially
yeah, yeah. The
yeah,
pants, the whip pants, yeah,
especially his Scott Pilgrim versus the World, that
yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
We literally like copy pasted some. I really love the way he goes from one scene to another. Sometimes he gives some reality checks to his character,
Yeah.
and I love the way they did it. And see, we also planned it like that. Whatever transition we need, it has to be planned. It has to be taken in a particular way that we can you can slide in to another scene, to another shot.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it's not happening. We shoot a bunch of footage and give it to editor, and you ask him for the transition. It's you
Yeah.
know how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
will be.
I know.
And see, even if we had this references and preparations and everything, no, we are also like doing this kind of tricky, gimmicky shots and transitions for the first time, so that our editor is always there in the set. Like when we
Oh,
shoot, like yeah, he was
wow.
almost every day, all the time he'll be there in the set,
Wonderful.
because yeah, see, we had some plannings for these transitions. So after like a couple of days of shoot, Raman started getting a little bit of over ambitious. Like, okay, we'll do transition from there, and this we'll do this.
Uh,
So then I got panicked.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
dude, let's call the editor. Okay, I do whatever you say, but I need the editor here.
Okay.
So we had the editor there, and if you see a shot, if you want to break a shot, there are like three, four, five workflows. It's just that which is the feasible way for you to break it. So for that, I need my editor to do it, like to make me sure, bro, it's fine, it's everything is in place,
Hmm.
we can go on. So that was it. That's how we tackle all the these transitions and tricky gimmick shots and all. See, as I said, we had some of the plans. We had like 10 to 12 transitions already planned throughout the movie.
Hmm.
Apart from those transitions, we started improvising on set. Started to like trying to do some different stuff. So for that we needed the editor for it. So he only knows the better workflow, how easily can achieve all these
Hmm.
gimmicks. So we had
Okay.
him, but still
Cool.
I should say it was all planned. It was
Hmm.
all planned, pakka planned.
Super. So one of the things, now that you said that some of these transitions were improvised, there is a scene where Tovino's father, when Tovino comes back to Ponani, he calls his father and tells that I will be coming home and I'll have my mom's coconut rice. His father goes out to the shop. We see the father turn back, and the next shot we see Tovino's back. So these were these all spot choices?
Improvised in the editing table only.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no, it's not that planned. That much of
Okay.
it wasn't planned.
Okay.
But yeah, as I told you, Nishad is crazier than our director. The
Okay.
editor is much crazy guy than our director. So he actually pushed us limit. He made us say, "Wow."
Hmm.
We actually don't feel that when we see the content that you made on the editing table. But this guy made it different, which we didn't expect, in a way like better than we expected. So we somewhere here or there we told in the editing table, wow.
Superb. So, since you spoke about building a massive set for the rap song, and this is a film that's where production design is integral to this film, right? With the colors,
Damn, yes.
with the
Damn, yes.
walls, yeah. So, how much was your coordination with the art department? How did you coordinate with them?
See, our art director, Mr. Google Das. See,
Hmm.
I know him from like, see, all the people I worked with in this movie. I knew all of them minimum 8 years.
Okay.
From yeah, I knew them all of them from minimum of 8 years. All my, this. Uh, Obviously, director is my brother, Ashik. The editor, the writer, Gogul Das. I knew him when I came to the industry as a last assistant. He was he's he's in his peak then. I knew him from there, so it was easy to communicate with this person. I can say no to him. he won't mind it. I can, yeah, it was actually easy to work with this guy, and he exactly understood what we wanted, and he always pushes limit to deliver what he been asked for. So it was amazing. It was amazing. His work is amazing. If see Venkat, if you feel like the cinematography of this movie is good, it's just because of that guy also. He had a big part in my job, and he kind of saved my ass.
See, the biggest cheer in my theater's screening. Like I said, I watched it twice, and both the times the whole theater went mad for the shot where we see
Mm-hmm.
after the whole fight inside that van, when all of them sit back decently, like nothing has happened. That was the moment, like everybody in the theater lost it. Like everybody in the theater went mad for that one shot both the times. Such was the impact of that whole van fight sequence. Okay, it was easily like, see, for me that theater fight, I place it above it, but van fight was something that I really did not expect it. So it was very spontaneous, right? It's pure chaos. Tell me about shooting that sequence. Like I see on your Insta, you posted a video about the rig and all. Could
Yeah,
you?
see, for that actually we had like I think seven people inside a car.
Yeah, yeah.
Seven people
Yeah.
inside a car, and we discussed about this fight scene to our choreographer, Mr. Supreme Sundar,
Hmm.
another hero of this film.
Hmm.
So he one thing he made sure, sir, this can't be happen in a real
Real
car.
car, actual car.
It can't be happen in a real car. Nobody can move. Nobody can. If you want to punch someone, you want to uh,
Hmm.
pull your hand back, right? There is
Yeah,
no
yeah,
space to pull you, even to pull your hand back. So
yeah.
we made a car. We made a dummy Endeavor,
Hmm.
which is 1.5 feet like longer, and width
Okay.
also, length and width also take 2 feet, 1.5 feet here and there. It is bigger, so they can move, they can do, I mean, so many stuffs,
Yeah.
and that. So, and it's just not that building a dupe car, as you saw the shot, no, from the top.
Top. Yeah,
There
yeah,
was,
yeah.
yeah, it was a car which we can dismantle the top,
Hmm.
and it was a car. You see, if you see, this is the car. This is the car.
Hmm.
We cut it like this.
Okay. 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 Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
if this is a car,
So you can see
we
from the
cut it
side
like
angle
this.
as well. You can see from the side
Yeah,
angle as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Hmm.
a lot of crazy stuff in that also. That was another adrenaline rush, and that was for me. That was a very experimental shoot.
Hmm.
I wasn't that scared or like worried about. Yeah, we were all worried about the theater fight, but I knew this is going to be fun, and we had a reference. Yeah, for this car fight,
Hmm.
we didn't had
Captain
any
America, the
reference.
Winter Soldier. Oh, okay. You
No, no,
didn't.
no. We didn't had any reference. We
Okay.
didn't had any reference.
Hmm.
And the most challenging part in the car was like Musin has scripted the fight.
Okay.
He's very particular about who hits who.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's very particular. He's bloody particular about who is hitting whom. In marriage fight, me and Master had made a choreography piece for Shine. Shine is
Yeah.
hitting them, and Shine is having a show off. And Master has shown me the choreography. I have fixed a shot and everything, and then Musin coming up. And Musin is watching the rehearsal. Shine is banging everyone. And came to me and asked me, Jimshi, is it Shine doing the stuff? Is Shine hitting them and all of these people? Yeah, yes, da.
Hmm.
Shine is gonna perform and it's gonna be a Shine number. He's like, no, no fucking way, no way. Shine can't hit now. He was very particular about it. The same way in car also, we had kind of choreography, but in that choreography, no, this Mosin's, okay, this guy can hit that guy can't hit this guy. This was there. So
Wow.
to place these people, yeah, to place these people inside the car, that was a pain. That was a pain to place them inside the car.
So, Jimshi, thank you very much for your time. I had a lovely time talking to you. Learned a lot
Thank you, brother.
about the
Thank you
film's
for watching the
making.
movie.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thanks, you are an amazing guest. Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you.
you, brother.